So bear with me if I'm taking some time because I'm old school. So that's
Another
why you
one
have
is my father taught me. My father taught me to look at you.
certainly, certainly. So the consolidated we have here. Sorry, I'm still scrolling.
You
I
want me
think
to
I
help
think
you out?
my
I could go over the numbers if you finding it a bit, of a time to get there. But if you have, then you can go ahead.
my God, there was okay. So I think we're here now. Okay. Okay, so for the consolidated, as released by the National Elections Commission today, okay, so the result today, Diamond, puts the Unity Party at 193,041 votes in total that the National Elections Commission uh, report as attributed to the Unity Party. So as per the consolidated we have here from all the different counties, the different percentages that the National Elections Commission has been able to tally and successfully run through their system from the 15 counties of the country. This is what we have here for the Unity Party. So right now, the Unity Party stands at 193,041 votes, while the CDC stands at 187,000 um, 61 votes. Uh, so the total valid vote is at 386,000 386,056, and and then you have the rest of the other votes coming from the different countries. Okay, so you have invalid votes that stands at 5,220. Are you there, Daniel? Sorry, my gadget is
So I'm here.
somehow.
I'm here. I'm listening to you as you read those numbers.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get it out. Yeah, so that's why it is right now, Diamond. So according to NEC, they've been able to tally or they've received reports from um, 100, uh, 100, 1,315 polling places across the country out of 5,800 uh, 90 polling places. So this is what they have here for the Unity Party. And then interestingly, there are counties where the Unity Party performed well, and there are equally counties where the CDC performed well too. So you take, for example, we have Bapolu County. For Bapolu County, they've been able to successfully tally results from 42 polling places out of 154 polling places. And the Unity Party stands at 5,610 votes, while the CDC stands at 4,507 votes. That's for Bapolu County. And you have other counties. Take, for example, Maryland County, where uh, they've done 42 polling places out of 145 polling places. The Unity Party stands at 200, that's 2,630 votes, while the CDC stands at 9,475 votes. And then you have other counties like Grand Julia County, for example, Bone County, and the rest of the other counties. So let's take Grand Julia, for example, Diamond. Unity Party was able to get 1,920 votes from Grand Julia County as per the results so far, while the CDC got 15,681 votes. So the results are still coming in. Now, one of the places where the Unity Party did extremely well as per the results we have here today, Diamond, is Lima County. So they've done 17%, 17.26% of the total votes from Lima County. So it means that we still have a long way to go. But as it stands now, the Unity Party was able to get the Unity Party was able to get 25,360 votes, uh, while the CDC got 8,536 votes. from Nima County, as per the result we have in our possession so far. Riverside County, you go to Riverside County, for example, Diamond, Unity Party was able to get 2,755 votes, while the CDC got 6,349 votes. Now, Diamond, interestingly, you started up this vote coverage. Are you there, Diamond? Are you getting me?
Yes, Nelson, loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay, so interestingly, you started this whole coverage. I like the fact that you took counties from you took counties that were strongholds of the different political parties. So you take, for example, you went to the southeastern region, you took one county, and then you went to the western region, you took another county, and so forth. So I think this is something similar we saw here today from the National Elections Commission. They were able to release the results from the different counties, and whichever way you put it, there's always a space. There's always a county where you have one of those two political parties getting the numbers from. And River says Sino County and the southeastern counties have been dominated by the CDC as per the results we have so far. Take, for example, Sino County. In Sino County, the Unity Party got 1,942 votes, while the CDC got 9,951 votes. But then Maryland County or Sino County is in the southeastern region, Diamond. But if you went back to Nima County, with just 17% of the results released by the National Elections Commission, you can clearly see a wide margin here where the Unity Party has 25,360 votes, and you have the CDC all the way down at 8,536 votes. So depending on where these reports are coming from, it's going to favor a particular political party, and that's what we see happening here. And so, as announced by the National Elections Commission, we're going to see another press conference here tomorrow, and they are again going to be releasing additional results from those different counties. As those results are pouring in.
So it's very important that we inform our people that the runoff is different from the first round. First
Yeah.
polls in our country is different from the runoff. The runoff is simple majority. It then
Yeah.
transitions from what was a percentage based winning, and that you should have at least 50% plus one vote to be
Plus
able
one
to
vote.
win on the first ballot. This is a runoff election that simple majority makes you win. So it is about who gets the highest of the numbers or the higher of the number between the two contenders. That is what it is. Now, let's look at the pace at which the NEC is tallying these centers from across the country, these counties as well, Nelson.
Yeah.
We're looking at a faster pace because now we have just two candidates, one ballot
Yeah.
paper to be able to tally votes from. And look at, for example, Bomi, they've tallied 50 out of 171,
Yeah.
29.24%. They do not have the hurdles of representative and senatorial ballot papers to tally
Yeah.
and consolidate and all of those things. There's a simple majority. And I caught one thing from the NEC chairperson when she said they only contracted or they only asked to use the conference room there at the ministerial complex, where the room that they're using for the Monserrado
Yeah.
County Talent Center for 3 days. Mind
Yeah.
you, Monserrado is the largest when it comes to
Yeah.
the number of registered voters. Monserrado has got the highest, and she and her team has anticipated that it is just going to take them 3 days to tally Monserrado. That should tell you that Nimba and the rest of the counties, Nimba will post some sort of, tallying in terms of number of days, might go 2 or 3 days as well as Monserrado. But looking at Bomi on tomorrow, Bomi might just be done. Looking at Cape Mount might just be done. Looking at Maryland, Sino, the rest of the smaller counties when it comes to number of registered voters might just be done. Grand Cru. And you start to see this margin emerge. And it's a simple majority thing. So we just thought to let our people know. So she
Yeah.
did
You,
say
you're right. You're right
but
on
it
that, Diamond.
is under 15 days.
Yeah. You're right, Diamond, because that reflected even in the voting process. Despite being instituted throughout the day yesterday, but at some point you went out to vote, and as we went out in the field, Diamond, what I noticed is that they weren't that that much of a of long queue. There wasn't long queues all around the place, all at all of those centers. And when I engaged some of those networkers and even political parties observers, what they did say is that uh, it was that way for two reasons. Number one, because the number has sort of dropped, the number has reduced. The voters did not have to go through that whole process of looking through 20 candidates on the presidential ballot, for example, or taking up time to look at the representatives or the senatorial ballots and all of those things. So that had a reflection as well on this entire process. So we're going to see the same thing playing out with respect to how fast the results will come up from the National Elections Commission. Because even today, like you saw here today, Diamond, the seven board of commissioners did not have to go through the that stress of reading senatorial results from the different counties, reading how do you call it, representative results from those different counties. No, it was just the presidential results, and they were done with it. And because of that, the first day of next provisional results at this press conference, it ended very soon. In less than 2 hours, we were done, as compared to the first round of election where they had a lot to deal with. So you're right, Damon. This is just what's going to play out. I think we Liberians are going to receive these results sooner than anticipated.
Now, let's go over the figures as provided by the NEC today. So you have the Unity Party, consolidated votes acquired. You have the Unity Party, 193,041 votes. This is for the entire country, with the exception of Grand Cru, because she said they've not received information from Grand Cru. The process started late on yesterday, if I heard her right. You also have the CDC with 187,615 votes acquired across the country. So the margin now is 5,426. 5,426 in this simple majority race. This is no longer percentage based. This is about who is able to attain the highest number of votes and takes it off. Now, let's look at counties and how much of the polling places, how many of the polling places have been tallied. We want to go county by county. Now, if you look at Bombing County, 50 out of 171 polling places have been tallied across Bombing, giving you 29.24. You go to Bong, an equally vote rich county, you have 102 out of 555 places tallied, making it 18%, 18.38%. Well, I mean, yes, only less.
Yeah, I have a very huge sound, but it's okay. It's okay.
You sure you okay? You got keep scratching your neck on the other side. Now the second one there. Go take a look.
No, we okay. It's some technical issue the guy is trying to handle from the back end. He's apologizing as well for the disturbance. Yeah.
Okay. So we are Bong County, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you nigga.
51st.
Is it no story as well? Is it no story as well?
No story was dying for. Not even at the electoral story.
Nobody can go stand and say, "Oh, there goes Chelsea. He was a very brilliant journalist." No, no, no. Come from this. So let's go back to Bong County.
Yeah.
Bong County, a number of polling places tallied so far, 102 of 555, representing 18.38%.
Yeah.
We come to Bakuru County, 42 out of 134 polling places tallied so far, constituting
That's almost half. That's almost half.
saying this word constituting 31.34% of the total number of polling places to be tallied. Then we come to Grand Cape Mount County, 41 out of 213 polling places tallied, constituting 19.25% of the total number of polling places tallied in Grand Cape Mount County. Grand Bassa County, 14, just 14 out of 405, constituting 3.70% of the total number of polling places tallied across Grand Bassa County, Grand Jita County. Remember, supporters of the two political parties are keeping a keen eye on the number of polling places being tallied in their rivals' stronghold.
Certainly, certainly.
Yeah. So now looking at Grand Jita County, one of the strongest, if not the strongest hold of the CDC, you have 65 out of 163 polling places. The Unity Party will be wanting the NEC to tally as many polling places from the CDC's strongest holds as compared to theirs, because they want to see when you're done with yours what is left. Likewise, the CDC as well. Now, let's come to Grand Crew County. You have all right. They didn't do anything from Grand Crew. So it's zero.
No.
It's zero. Zero out of
Yeah.
110. Zero out of 110. Then Lofa, 68 out of 424 polling places tallied so far, representing 16.04% of the total number of polling places there in Lofa County. Then you drop down to Margibi, 82 out of 441 polling places tallied, representing 18.59. Maryland, you have 43 out of 175, representing 24.57% of the total number of polling places tallied. And then the mother of all counties in Liberia, when it comes to the number of registered voters, votes to be garnered, Montserrado County, 557 out of 208, representing 27.74. Remember, Montserrado can swing in either direction. So both
Yeah.
parties will be keeping a keen eye on which way
Montserrat.
Montserrado flips and the margin for which or at which it will flip. Then you come to Nimba County, 127 polling places out of 736 tallied so far, representing 17.26. River says 41 out of 105, representing 39.05% of the polling places tallied. River G, 29 out of 98, representing 29.59% of the total number of polling places tallied. And Sino, 53 out of 152, representing
Yeah.
34.87. Looking at, with the exception of Grand Bassa and Grand Crew, bulk of these counties have crossed the 10%, 15, 17, 20% marks.
Yeah.
If we are to anticipate looking at the pace or to analyze based upon the pace, tomorrow we might see majority of these counties reporting above 50%.
Certainly, Diamond. The possibility is very huge. There's a high possibility of that. Yes, given that just the first day of these results, we're seeing a huge uh, accomplishment in some of those other counties. So yes, if Bapolu County, for example, and some of those other counties can be having uh, pretty close to 50% of their results coming out just on the first day, that speaks to the fast pace at which this entire process is going to go. And like you said, right, Diamond, at this point, it's no longer about the that constitutional threshold of 50% plus one vote. No, it's just a simple majority. And regardless of what the margins are, it basically depends on where these numbers are coming from. And so I think at this point, all of the political parties have their eyes on where the numbers are coming from. What are the numbers saying? To what extent have the National Elections Commission completed the results from those different polling places in their respective strongholds? And I think that's what they have their eyes on. And the panicking part about this whole thing, especially for the political parties, is the fact that this thing is going to move at a very fast pace. It's not going to be like the November 10 election where we had up to 15 days, and yeah, sorry, October 10 election where we had up to 15 days, and despite voting completing on October 10, National Elections Commission had to wait, or they had to go through the different processes until the 25th or so before they came up with the final result. But this time around is a whole different case, Diamond. And so I think that's where even the political parties, the both political parties, depending on what the numbers are reading for them now, that's the panicking part about it. And I think that's where everyone have their eyes, and it's going to go faster. I tell you, it's going to go faster
Quick
because
question. Quick question.
mhm,
I know these political parties did employ the best technology,
yeah,
both in terms of human resource and the technological know-how in making sure
mhm.
that they do get their tally sheets and their numbers coming into either their war rooms or their situation rooms or whichever way they want to brand where they consolidate their data. Um,
Yeah.
do they already know which way this is going as early as today being the first day after polls close in this country? Both the CDC and the Unity Party, they do know where this is going and what type of margin, what kind of gap has emerged and where this is going. Do you think they are already aware this trend that where it's going to?
Well, let me say this: I come in peace as as a journalist. Um, let me say this. Sorry.
You
Giving
tell me why?
all of I come in peace, and as a journalist, giving all of my observations, what I've seen from from yesterday, since the polling centers closed up until
But
now.
why are you trying to sugarcoat this thing? Try to put all kinds of non-alliance movement thing around this thing. Go to the point and take yourself out of
No,
the
no,
thing. Yeah,
Diamond, the point here, the point I'm driving at is I don't want anyone to sort of drag me because of the objective analysis I'm about to make around this thing. I don't want anyone to drag me on that.
okay.
But
You have the option to plead the fifth. Though we don't have the fifth in Liberia, but you have the option to plead the fifth, and we can move on to something else.
no, I'm not going to plead the fifth. I'm
Then
going
go
there.
ahead.
So yeah. So look, Diamond, I think what's happening now is that they're both political parties. I think at this point they know exactly where they stand.
Mhm.
They know exactly as to whether they're going to win or they're going to lose this election. Take for example, in District 10, Montserrat County, um, the sitting lawmaker Representative Rostalin Swakoko Dennis, voting was conducted on October 10. The very night of that October 10, she conceded defeat. She announced, she made a post saying that, oh, they fought a good fight, but as per the results, their tallied, what they gathered from the different polling places across the district, it
Mhm.
didn't go their way. So I bring that same thing back to where we are. Diamond, all those political parties, or the two political parties, had representatives at those different centers. They both have their war rooms. Those war rooms are the very places where they are doing their own technical work. Aside from what the National Elections Commission is doing,
At
those
a
people are
faster
doing.
pace than even the NEC.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to. Those political parties are doing that thing at a very faster pace than what the NEC is even doing. Yeah, maybe the NEC wants to be more diplomatic. They want to cross all the T's and everything and dot the I's and so forth. But um, given what I've seen, I think these political parties know where they stand. Take, for example, we saw last evening, um, Citizens were in very jubilant mood. The folks were celebrating, right? I
Mhm.
don't know as to whether you captured that, but Diamond, I saw for myself that the folks were celebrating. In no time, they stopped celebrating. And then we saw the numbers coming from the both war rooms of those two political parties. The CDC, for example, had their own numbers displaying, saying something. And the Unity Party had her own number displaying where the senator elect, Mr. Amara Kone, they were
Mhm.
there displaying the numbers as well. And and I was just speaking to a colleague, right, a media colleague, just right before the press conference could come to an end, and he said that there was there was an information posted, and this is yet to be verified. There was an information from the war room of the CDC posted, and then after some time, they took that information down.
What I
But he
know
said they
about
have
is that there was information posted on the official page of the executive mansion.
that, and that's what
I
I'm
will,
talking about.
I will share that with you. It
Yeah,
represented a high chat and claiming
yeah,
victory. but in no time
Certainly.
that was
They
taken
took
down.
that down.
But as you were saying, just conclude your thought,
Yeah.
and I've got another
Yeah.
question for you quickly.
Yeah. So Diamond, in no time they took it down. So uh, are they still celebrating? No. We are not seeing the celebration we saw from last evening.
Is
All
it part of
right.
being a responsible political party? Now, look, it's too early to celebrate. Let's not jump into premature
Certainly.
celebrations. Let's observe the rules and regulations. And we, in fact, we are the ruling party. We should be the one maintaining the peace, and not behaving in a way that would jeopardize the peace. So let's hold on until we declared official winners. Isn't that
Well,
something that comes into play? Or it's more of we know our numbers, it's not in our favor. So let's not do something that would make us look
well,
foolish.
well, Diamond, it could be one of the things that's coming into play here. It just could be one of the things that are coming into play here. But then, if you want to use that line of reasoning, then maybe we should go back to the track record, the very track record of the political institution. Well, I don't want to go deep into that. So they had their numbers displaying. They had their
Let,
numbers displaying.
let's move
And
on
then
to
the Unity Party, the
let's
Unity Party on the other hand, yeah, Diamond, let me just learn on this. The Unity Party on the other hand had her numbers displaying, but in no time we saw Representative Yeka Koluba celebrating. Are they still celebrating? Have they changed the numbers? Have they changed what they posted? Do they stand by their story that they presented to the Liberian people? Their story from their war room? Do they still stand by that story? So these are all things that we're giving some key giving some key attention to, even as we, the media people, remain in this neutral space. But I think at this point,
Nelson is
the
doing
both
everything
political
possible to keep
parties,
pleading his neutrality. We know you neutral, Nelson.
they
You don't need to keep pleading your neutrality. We know you are a neutral guy. We all are neutral as journalists, especially ethical journalists as we are. You see Nelson talking about neutrality and going off. But let's go to this issue of track record. You brought about track record, and let's look at the track record from 2019, 2020 senatorial elections. Whenever they at the time the CPP carried candidate Abraham Darius Dillon, fielded Abraham Darius Dillon, and they were sure of what they had won. They never backed down. They
Mhm.
never backed down. They kept and stuck to that, and they were eventually declared the winners. We also saw celebrations coming from the CDC claiming that Thomas Fala had won, only for him later to concede defeat. You brought about track
Exactly.
record. Yes, I'm bringing that.
Exactly.
But
No, no,
let's
don't use my track record to bring your track record. But I know for a fact that what you're saying is something that happened. I
uh,
know that for a fact.
let's
Yeah.
look at what the Unity Party is presenting.
Hmm.
Can you see the screen? If I put something on the screen, would you be able to see it? Or are you facing the
Yeah.
rear camera,
I'll
so
see.
you'll not be able to see it? You're watching from another device.
Yeah. Certainly, I'll be able to see it.
So this is what Senator-elect Amara Kone posted a couple of minutes ago, almost half an hour ago. It says updates at 85% of polling places, 5,052 out of
Mhm.
5,890 reported in our situation rooms system. JMB leads by 40,910 votes nationwide. We will provide updates by 7 p.m. today. Unofficial hashtag, but certified by NEC records of counts or tally sheets. This was not happening on the 10th of October after the polls closed.
There you have it. There
The
you
Unity
go.
Party was only claiming they had won. The CDC was claiming they had won, but we were not seeing references made to databases, and figures and all of those things. We only saw Abraham Darius. They don't take a blue plastic of tally sheet and say, "Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah," and tally sheet. The challenge began. But coming from this affirmative kind of position, was that the reason the NEC sent the text message that the commissioner was not even aware of? That, oh yeah, will the tally results will reflect what was on the polling places, posted on the walls of the polling places. Do you think the actions by the Unity Party of going this far push the NEC or force the NEC's hand into releasing that text message? We did not see such after the polls closed on the 10th of October.
Well, Diamond, I think the technology applied to this entire process has helped significantly. All right. So what I see here is that the Unity Party was a bit reluctant during the first round. Perhaps they did not have the capacity to bring about the level of technology being applied here. Yes, the ruling establishment equally have their own level of technology they've applied to this entire thing. But I think it has helped significantly. And Diamond, I must say here that the numbers that we're seeing coming now, the numbers that are coming now from these war rooms will not be far from the reality. Take, for example, the ones that are coming from what you have the Senator-elect Amara Kone just posted. Their own technology will explain to you step by step how they got there. All right. And yes, the folks on the other side as well, the unit, the CDC, they have their own way they're going about this particular thing. But I think the NEC will consistently say that people should wait for official results, and I like the fact that they are equally coming up with this disclaimer that is not an official result, but is NEC certified, stamped tally results from those different centers, those results coming from those different polling places and so forth. But at the end of the day, Diamond, what I see here is that these results that are coming from the polling, the war rooms, will not be far from the reality of the National Elections Commission at the end of the day. Yes, there was this question asked the next boss today. I specifically asked her as to the text message that circulated, whether, yeah, come again.
You mean your bestie?
Yeah, I'm an old man there. So I asked her about the text messages, that was all around the place and coming, even bearing the name of the National Elections Commission. And she said, yeah, um, the National Elections Commission is the one to give out official results. Though she went on to say that the results that are posted at those different polling places are genuine, they are authentic. But again, she went on to smartly skip the whole thing to say that the audience or the Liberian people across the country should wait for the National Elections Commission. I saw it as an indirect way of saying that what you have posted at those different centers are authentic, but again, just wait
Yeah,
for us.
wait
Say,
for the
say, say five
principal
months.
to
Yeah,
set to come and pronounce you.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
we
Say,
know you
five
got
we
a
are the
great
ones here.
father.
Yeah.
But let's wrap it up quickly. You got other rounds to do. Thank you and your team. But just a quick question, snap question, quick.
Mm.
War room, situation room, or playroom? Which one you take?
War room and the situation room.
War room, situation room, either war room or situation room one, or playroom. Which one you take?
Well, I think it's a war room. I think I'll go for the war room.
You're not in the
War
playroom.
room. No, no,
You're not
I
in the
don't think it's
playroom.
a playroom
Leave me
because
alone.
listen, Diamond. This is where the real war is, right? People went to the pool, they cast their votes and all of those things. It happened, but this is where. Listen, Diamond. In the war room, people do cry. Listen, Diamond, before this process comes to an end, some political parties will sit in that war room that where they will do the secret crying. Then they come out and pull a a little bit of smile and say, "Oh yeah, my people." But they will cry. They will cry literally because the both political parties have invested a whole lot into this process. So I think it's a war room. It's not a
So you're not
playroom
the
because
playroom.
no, the numbers that are coming from there will determine the future of those political parties. Whether some of them will maintain their job, their status, and everything, or they're going to be replaced. They're going to be they're going to be ordinary citizens, around the place. Yes. So that's a war room. I think I'll go for the war room.
Not the playroom.
No, it's not a playroom. Serious numbers are coming out from those rooms. So it's not a playroom, Diamond. Not at all.
That question was coined for a certain effect, but it's okay. All right, Nelson.
Oh, for a certain
Thank
effect. I know where you want to go, but interestingly, interestingly, we're
It's
not
okay.
going there.
Diplomatic Nelson. You managed to smartly escape the question. But thank you. I appreciate you a whole lot, your entire team. We look forward to having you guys there again tomorrow as the NEC updates the public. Remember, Amara Kone did say they will be updating the public at 7 p.m. We'll have that covered here as well. Nelson, the rest of the team, Liberians, thank you. We'll go over the numbers, the consolidated numbers for you quickly, so that you can know the margin. But don't start
Yeah.
knocking pat up and all that kind of stuff. Remember the 10th of October post, the
No,
UP was in the lead for a day or two, and then the CDC wrestled, that lead, and it ended with the CDC being on top for the first round. But the UP folks are saying they know where they stand. They've employed technology. The CDC folks are saying, yes, we equally so employ technology. We know where we stand as well. Everybody's claiming victory. As per what's released by the NEC, the consolidated report, provisional consolidated report, or progressive, they call it progressive tallied
progressive
report.
talent
Yeah,
report. Yeah.
consolidated, meaning it takes over the entire country, it covers the entire country, puts the Unity Party at 193,041 votes. 193,141 votes, constituting 50.71% of the total number of valid votes tallied so far across the country. The ruling CDC is trailing with 187,615 votes, constituting 49.29%, and the margin as of the first batch of results released is at 5,426. But Amara Kone is saying, as per 85% of their tally reports, puts them at 40,000 plus margin. And that is a very huge gap.
Diamond, do you remember the margin from the October 10 election between the two top
Not on
political
top of my
parties?
head, but I could pull the record, but not on top of my head.
A little over 7,000, a little over 7,000 in a process that have a threshold, talking about the 50% plus one. But uh, even 1,000 margin is very dangerous. It's very risky in a simple majority,
It is.
and this is just where we are.
That's where we are. You are the NEC headquarters. I'm here. Thank you. Let me let go of you quickly. You will bang against that looking left, looking right.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I want to say thanks to you, Diamond. Thanks to you and the team there as well. And we look forward to a smooth process. And thanks for the coordination. My entire team here, Aaron Kuban, Chokon Flaman, Ernest Bena is behind camera as well. I want to say thanks to the team here as well. And yes, we look forward to bringing the Liberian people more updates tomorrow right here from the National Elections Commission headquarters again.
Kudos to you and your team. Bid you farewell. This is how we draw down the curtains as well. On
Interestingly, someone said I'm on TV, so I shouldn't have looked the other way when I heard that sound.
who says it
Safety
doesn't
comes
happen?
first.
Yeah, human being. BBC reporter will hear a bomb will turn on the left and right and see what's happening. You have to be vigilant. Who say when you're on TV, even your eye issue, you can't scratch it. No, there are certain movements you don't move frequently, then it becomes a
Certainly.
distraction. But if it is something out of the ordinary,
You
Jay,
certainly have
low
it.
light, low rare, you call your
You
pepe.
turn the camera away and then you go. But thank you, man, Diamond. Thanks a whole lot.
That's all the time we have to be here. Nelson Colette there reporting from the headquarters of the National Elections Commission. The Spoon Talk crew will be back at 8:30 p.m. and we'll be following up on the Unity Party's release of their results. According to Amara Kone, the coordinator, they do have in their possession tallied as of now 85% of the total number of votes across the country. Says they have. So there's the update and says update at 85% of polling places. That is 5,052 polling places out of 5,890 across the country reported in our situation rooms system. JNB leads by 40,910 votes nationwide. That's according to Senator-elect of Bapolu County, Amara Kone, who's also the coordinator there of the United Party's campaign. And he says, we will provide updates at 7 p.m. today. Unofficial, that's the hashtag, but certified by NEC record of counts or tally sheets. So he's saying in this post that he's not the official voice to declare who a winner is, but from where they're getting their records, they are certified NEC tally sheets. We'll bring you that presentation live at 7 p.m. if and when they are doing a live presentation. Thank you. My name is Diamond Slanger. I've been coordinating here on behalf of the entire team putting together this coverage for you, not just those in Liberia, but all around the world interested in watching what we're doing in our country. Remember, this is our 4th general and presidential elections, and we've maintained 20 years of peace and stability in our country since the cessation of civil crisis here in Liberia. These elections has got a lot hanging on them. I'm telling you, it's got the political future of candidates. It's got the political future of Liberians. It's got the entire country sticking and looking at what is going to happen next. The country is calm. People are moving around. Vehicular traffic is flowing. Entertainment centers are entertaining. People doing their normal activities. And as contrast to what happened on the 10th, 11th of October, there isn't so much tense as we experienced on the 11th, on the 12th of October. People were still tense. People were skeptical about going out. People were, oh, what's going to happen? What's not going to happen? And all of that thing. But at the end of the day, I do believe, and it's my personal conviction, that the two men vying to lead this country know fully well they want to lead a country that approves of their leadership. They want to lead a country that has given them the requisite legal authority to be president. Because if you do not have the mandate of the people, trust me, you cannot lead a peaceful nation. There will be uprisings, there will be protests, there will be commotion, people will rebel against you, and you don't want that. And at the end of the day, how do you want to be remembered in the books of history when they are inscribed, when they write your name down and say President X, Y, and Z? What legacy do you want to leave? That, oh, you're clinching onto power. They have to, when you want to take the cat from the chair, especially when the cat, the claws, when you hold the sofa, ain't want to leave it, you be holiday, ain't want to go, you be holiday, ain't want to go, that kind of stuff. You don't want to be, you don't want to be remembered as that. When you lose, be a respectful loser, very dignified loser. If it represents the will of the people, if you feel that it does not represent the will of the people, you use the requisite authority to file your qualms and your claims to have them properly addressed. But if you feel that, yes, as per our record of count, we did lose this, so I'm gracefully buying out to come back again another time, you'll be respected for that. If you are the opposition as in Joseph Human Boyka and you lose, and all of your record of count shows that indeed you lost genuinely and legally, and you still feel like you want to challenge and you challenge the process and you lose again, the best thing to do is to bow out gracefully, because nobody wants to rule over a country that disapproves their leadership. It's either you become a dictator, which will eventually end up being an unsuccessful leader, or you become an unpopular leader in your own country. Nobody listens to you. You always look over your shoulders, and we don't want that. And again, I'm of the conviction that the two men in this race, if either of them loses, they'll have to think about the 5 million plus Liberians whose ambitions, visions, goals, their lives, you put 5 million together, it's far much more than one individual. And you have to concede and move on. All right, folks, that's all the time we have. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Put something there quickly.
Broke on 2023.
We tire way your life, Bukadensa. They push killing us, Bukadensa. Corruption killing us, Bukadensa. You must go away a story, Bukadensa. But for they killing us, Bukadensa. Listening people crying, Bukadensa. But for they killing us, Bukadensa. Everybody vote for Baba. Hey, yeah. 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 Gone are the days when we talk on to fight. No food or eat, no shelter for us. Gone are the days when you felt we were stupid. Where is the country? Where is your heart? The market we me crying, Pippin riders crying, Saber Stevens crying, Keke riders crying, Yana boys are crying, everybody crying, police people crying, army people crying, nurses are crying, teachers are crying. Bukadensa, they push killing us. Bukadensa, corruption killing us. Bukadensa, you must go away a story. Bukadensa. But for they killing us, Bukadensa. Disney people crying, Bukadensa. Radio station closing, Bukadensa. Rescue mission say yeah. Grima. So thank you, my Pakai. Darling, may we want. Jeremiah Boom. Darling, may we want. Rescue mission, Liberia choice. Chosen him up Pakai, darling may we want. Jeremiah Kun, darling may we want. Rescue mission, Liberia choice. Bukadensa, they push killing us. Bukadensa, corruption killing us. Bukadensa, you must go away a story. Bukadensa, but for they killing us. Bukadensa, Disney people crying. Bukadensa. Where are the three missing boys? Justice for the murder auditors. We tired of reading. We tire way your life, Bukadensa. They push killing us, Bukadensa. Corruption killing us, Bukadensa. You must go away a story, Bukadensa. We tired of reading, Bukadensa. Disney people crying, Bukadensa. But for they killing us, Bukadensa. Radio station closing, Bukadensa.